Hi, from wherever that you're watching from. My name is Fides and welcome to the informative. In this video, I'm entirely dedicating it to matatus. Matatu owners, matatu operators, this video is for you. First of all, I want to thank you for making movement from one place to another very easy, although sometimes there are issues, and those are the kind of things that I want to address. But first, I want to start with commending matatu operators, especially these matatu operators from places where there used to be a lot of bed bugs. I've not heard people complain about bed bugs, but I see a lot of, what are they called? I see a lot of cockroaches in matatus nowadays, and I believe the way they dealt with the bed bugs is the same way they're going to deal with the cockroaches. So let me dive into the video. The purpose of this video is mainly about how the matatus are structured. There are matatus that you enter, which you find they are very comfortable from the front all the way to the back. But now there are these other matatus where you enter, your legs can't fit, especially tall people like me. You enter a matatu, you try to, when you've sat, you fit yourself in and your legs can't fit in, and probably you entered the matatu when it was almost full, so there's no way you're going to alight. I would just like to talk to the owners and the operators of the matatus. When you're fitting the matatus or when you're putting the seats inside the vehicle, why don't you just use a tall person to fit all the sitting places, so that anywhere where you get to sit, you will be comfortable, whether it's at the front or at the back. Because if you use short people to fit the seating arrangement, then tall people like me end up suffering, and we look forward to getting out of the matatu. And I think that is something that can be dealt with prior to the car starting its operation. Yeah, let's just care for one another. And the second thing is loud music, especially in the evening when people are coming from work. This is a request that I would like to request, because I've seen, okay, I understand the people who love loud music, but honestly, in the evening, especially during weekdays, the people who are using the matatus from around 5 to 6 to 7, the people who are coming from work, I think just a very small majority of people would prefer to go home in a matatu that has loud music in the evening after a stressful day of work. Yeah, let's try and consider putting subtle music that is not so loud. Imagine you're coming from the office, you've had a hectic day, and then you get into this matatu. Of course, you're resting before you get to your place, and then there's this banging music that is banging left, right, and center. So before you come at me saying if you don't want to get into this matatus, then look for another one that doesn't have loud music, why don't we just be considerate of each other? Yeah, sometimes you get in because you don't have an option, and you end up cursing the entire journey, like I can't wait to alight from this because it's too loud. And let me tell you, it's only young people, and I'm so sure it's not all of, yeah, okay, I'm not saying I'm old, but it's only maybe people who are in school who prefer that loud. And I don't think all of them, it's a small majority of people who want to listen to loud, very loud music in the evening. So another thing is the fitting of speakers. If you're fitting a speaker in your matatu, please make sure it's well maintained. As in, the speaker is not, you can have bass in a matatu, but it's well controlled. But when the bass is not well coordinated, sometimes the speaker is, I don't know, you get what I'm saying. Just when you're putting the speakers, make sure they are sounding properly, because the abiries or the passengers in the matatu, they just want to get home. They don't want to have, for me it's a bother, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. The other thing that I would like to talk about is fare. When you enter a matatu, the conductor will be so fast to asking you to pay, but when it comes to them giving back your change, they take forever, or they just ignore. I have forgotten my fare, my balance, my change twice. Is it change or balance? Please comment down below. My change, I think it's change, because you always say give me my change. I've forgotten. There's a time I forgot a lot of money, you know, and just because the matatu, first of all, the first time the conductor alighted from the matatu before we reached the stage, so I was not able to get my change back. The second time, just when I alighted and I was about to be given my change, the driver took off with the matatu, so I was not able to get my change. Yeah, so please, the way you are so fast in asking us to pay you, let it be the same way you are so fast in returning our change. I understand there are times that you don't have the change, you have to go looking for it, but you know what I'm saying. There are people, there are culprits who behave like that so that you can forget your change. The other issue is when you're boarding a matatu, these people, they are so nice. Oh, they wait for you. Hey, ngoja pande. But when it's time for you to alight, my God, the matatu, you're alighting and the matatu is already going, or when you've reached the final destination, they're harassing you to get out of the car. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Just be, can the culture have some, what do you call it, some courtesy, and let the people sorry, it's a text, and let the people just alight nicely, because these are human beings. They're not goods like unawara kisha washuke and you go back to your business. But we appreciate you guys, what you do. This was not to attack, but just to point out some issues, because I love traveling with matatus up until I sit on a seat and my knees, they are squeezed. Actually, I have some clothes, because the number of matatus that I've entered into and I don't fit properly, they have chipped. The clothes have chipped on my knee place, or by the time I'm alighting from the matatu, my knee has a dent. Like, you see, when you've been squeezed and the meat gets inside like this. Because of, yeah, we appreciate what you do, especially where I stay. The circle is really well managed, and they don't hike the fare price up to a certain extent no matter what is happening. I would like to commend them. You guys are doing a good job, yeah, in organizing yourselves, and they're always clean. This is me commending the circle of the matatu operation area. The circle of the matatus that I use, and they're always clean. Yeah, apart from now the size of fitting, because that one is the biggest issue. You get into a matatu, you're so squeezed, or at the back it's looking like this. I think when you go for service and you just consider us, but there are people who are tall, manze, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So this video is for the matatu people. Please comment down below. I hope I've not rubbed anyone the wrong way, but I was just pointing out issues that I've noticed as a person who frequently uses matatus. Until next time, this has been the informative, and love to you all.